Hi, guys.
Hi, friends.
Welcome to Beading with Friends with Amber Scott and Trisha Guys. However, Amber Scott. Okay. Oh, sorry. We always have to have fun, guys. So thanks, everybody, for coming in and joining us. Be sure to share us out and give us a like, as always. Not a whole lot new here. Esme's grown like a bad weed, in case anybody was keeping track. So she is crazy getting tall and just it's amazing. She's 19 weeks, guys, if you can believe that already. So 19 weeks and a giant.
It's crazy.
But this week, I've been working on some different designs. I made a few bracelets this week, and I've been working on a brick stitch pair of earrings. How about you, Amber? What have you been up to this week?
Well, I did my first in-person paint party, so I was working a lot
fun.
on getting that ready.
That
and
is
also
fun.
My videos of Potomac. I haven't finished my design on the fly yet because it was kind of failing. So I have to.
I know I still have to do mine too for the new box. So, but yes, I'm sure you'll do it and it'll be beautiful and successful as usual.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, honey.
Yeah. We're going to be using some check glass today, guys. And I made it so, hi, Carolyn. Here we go again. So sorry, honey. Glad you're here. And hopefully you have your items ready to go if you want to bead along with us today. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down just to kind of give you an overview of what we're going to need for today. Okay, guys? So as always, it's going to freeze for a little bit as I turn my camera down. Unless Amber, yes.
Yep, I will move it over once you get your camera flipped.
Awesome, thank you.
So
no one
you
needs
can
to
see Bailey behind me and my son's leg in there somewhere. And it says Drama Mama, not because I'm dramatic, but it some of my I forget what it says, but I'll turn around.
What's it say? Some people only dream of meeting their favorite, I can't see past that, performers. I raised mine. Oh, that's so cute for Jethro. Yes. Adorable.
Yes, and JL. Both of them do.
Oh, that's right. They are. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me turn my lights down if you want to.
There we go.
Up there.
Look at that pretty little bracelet in your plate. So cute.
My friend Gloria got me this as a part of my birthday gift, and I absolutely love it.
Gorgeous.
It's so neat. And she got me a beautiful trinket box. It's a butterfly and crystal. Hi, Terry. Come on in, guys.
Terry's back.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go over here. Does it seem like the lighting's okay there?
Yeah, it looks good.
Good. This is what we're going to be making. We're going to be making it in a different color. But of course, you know me. I had to knock that pink one out as my example. So we're going to be using just like random beads and pieces of chain. So this is a nice project to use up your stash or your bead soup even. It makes a nice piece, and none of the beads really don't coordinate all that much. I mean, I have two of the same in here, but in the one we're going to be doing, we're not going to have any of the same.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain had broken its schedule. Brains are overrated.
Yes, they are, Terry. No worries. You're here now.
Yeah, that's right. So what I have here is I have 6 pieces of check glass. Like I said, just random pieces. I did want to include flowers in each one. I did also put together a little kit that I'm going to do later. This isn't a kit for sale, but it's just something that I put together so I can make another one. So I did purple, and then I did this beautiful bead as my center. This one's going to have, instead of the big flower in the center, it's going to have a dragonfly. So it's
those.
What's that?
I have those.
Good. Look at that. Look at that. So yeah, just use what you have, and it's a stash buster. That's right, Terry. That's right. Hi, Sandy. Welcome in, honey. Is that gem chain, rosary chain, so pretty? This gem chain is absolutely stunning. Yes, it is. And it is, I don't know if it's considered a rosary chain, but I do know it's from Jesse James Beads. And it was included with their release before this last one, Society Papers. And what came with that, what was included in Society Papers, was right up my alley. So this is from there. And the chain I'm going to be using today, which will be this chain, is also from Jesse James Beads. So, they have not just beads. They have some stunning other things as well. And then this is also an example. The chain I'm going to be using on my purple one when I make it is also, it's a leaf chain. So, any one of these, plus they have tons of others. But, yeah, and the link for them is in my description, as always, in my Linktree.
Get that up too.
So, as I said, we're going to need 6 pieces of check glass for the main bracelet. We're going to need some chain, a lobster claw, a few jump rings, smaller jump rings, and one bigger one. It doesn't have to be this big. It can be what you have. Just do it with what you have there. And then I have 5 more pieces of check glass that I've used for my dangles on my bracelets. If you can see, I did 3 on here. They're much smaller, but I did like a little iridescent flower and a heart and a small fire polish, 3mm fire polish. And then on this one, same thing. It was what I had. I had a flower. I had some beautiful check glass I got at Bead Fest last year. And then I just picked up a little charm because I thought that was nice. Yes, they are pink flowers. Yes, they are. And I'm going to Bead Fest in a few weeks, and you better know I'm getting more because I'm running low. So I love these flowers. I got all of these, this one, this one, this one, and this one, all from Bead Fest. So they had, and that is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If anyone is around, please do join us. I would love to see you. So to get started, like I said, I just picked out my random stuff. We're going to need some beading wire. I just have a 19 strand here, but you can use whatever you want. If you have some beautiful soft flex hanging around or you use Bead Along, it's whatever. And I'm going to bead right on, hold on one second, my little cover jumped on me. I'm going to bead right onto my spool. There we go. Okay, I'm just beading right onto it because then there's less waste and it's easier to gauge then. I have these little round spacers. They just look like little metal beads that I stocked up on from somewhere. I don't know. And I have them about in every color. But this is what I'm using. They're about 4mm. And they work great. So what we're going to start with, we're just going to start with building our piece. Okay. So I'm just going to string on one of my flower beads. I'm just reading comments here. Oh, Terry, I'm jealous. Check flowers are my absolute favorite.
What did you start with?
I started with just a random, just pick something up. I picked a little flower.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you like, pick one up. And then put on your metal spacer, whatever you have there. And then we're going to pick another one. Let's put this flower on. Again, it can be very random, guys. And I think that's what really makes it look awesome is the randomness of it. Let me make sure what I have here. 2, 3. No, that doesn't go in there. That goes on as a charm. I had this all worked out in my head, but
you said random.
It is random, but I had picked certain things out for this project, and it was random when I picked it. But now I know where I want them. So I just put on. Sorry, guys, you can't really see there. I put on another flower and another spacer. And we're just going to work up. I'm going to put my 2, what do I need here? 6. So I'm going to put this one, and then this one, and then that's our center. So let's put our dragonfly on. See how I want it to lay. Probably like that. So I'm just going to string on my dragonfly. That's going to be my center bead. Like
How long is this piece?
What piece, honey?
Right where you are. Like, how long are you making that?
How long am I making this piece?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on your beads and it depends on your wrist. So I'll measure this. This piece is about, that I made of all the flowers and stuff, is about 3.5 inches.
Okay.
And then I cut like 4 inches of chain for myself, but you're going to have to gauge, your wrist size. But if you start with 3.5 inches on this, you should be able to, most wrist sizes should be able to work it out with the chain part,
Sorry.
But again, it depends on your bead, since this is random, your bead sizes and all that. So you're okay. You know me. I don't mind doggy barking. Okay. And let's do our little flower. And a spacer. I'm like coming off camera today. I need to adjust this back. There we go. That'll be better. All right. And then let's add another one of our flowers. And a spacer. And you could use seed beads. Question for the ages: sort by color or sort by bead type for storage? I do bead type, Terry. That's me. But I do bead type, and then I'll do bead type, but then I break that case down into colors. So it has to be all the same kind. So if it's check glass, then I break the cases down, mark it check glass, and then have all those colors of check glass together. So if I have turquoise check glass, I'm going to have it marked check glass, but it's going to be sorted in that color. So that probably doesn't help. But that's how I do it. I like to make sure that I have the same kind of bead together. That's my big thing. So I know what I'm using as far as the type. So here's our little piece that we created with just 6 beads and 5 spacers. So what we're going to do then is we're going to go ahead and crimp this end of it. And we're not going to cut it yet, because that roll that I have this on is acting like if we had a little spring on the back of this to hold it. It just keeps it from running off, Types and sizes is more, well, hey, it's whatever works for you. You have to do what makes your brain happy. Bead store, hey, to each their own. There's no right or wrong way. It's what works for your mind. So I'm just putting this crimp on, and I'm going to run this wire back down through it, the other wire, so we can make ourselves a loop on the end. Okay. And these are 2mm crimp tubes that I'm using on the 19 strand. I'm going to take my Terra crimpers. Yep, that's a word. And then I'm just going to give this a squeeze. You can use any kind of crimpers that you have or that you like. So I'm just giving that a little crimp and a fold. So I like to fold mine to compact them down so it looks as neat as possible. And then I'm just going to take some cutters, and I use my heavy-duty cutters to cut beading wire, not actual wire. I use my wire cutters or my flush cutters, but these work wonderful for this. And remember, guys, you don't want to use your flush cutters to cut beading wire. You will ruin them. Okay, because this is stainless steel and this is heavy-duty stuff. It might not look like it, but it's a very strong, and it can put nicks into your pliers. Just a little side there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that down to the end that I crimped, and I'm going to cut this now, and I'm going to leave myself enough to do a crimp. We'll have a little bit of waste, but maybe not as much as if we would have just cut a piece. Okay. And then we're going to put our other crimp on. We're going to slide that down the wire. And then we're going to take the other end, take that end and run it back through the crimp. Okay. What I like to do here is I usually take like my round nose pliers and I stick them in here and I kind of just give it a tug to get things kind of where I want it. And then I can tell that's a little tight because of the way it's sitting up there. So I'm just going to take my fingernail in and I'm just going to give that a little bit of air between the crimp and the bead. Okay. Because you don't want everything to be crimped down super tight and it'll just make your beads look terrible. Okay. So I gave it a little bit of air. Just let me make sure that's enough. Yes, that's good. So I'm going to go in and crimp that.
Ah. I love it when you spill your crimp tube container.
Oh, yes. Been there, done that 100 times. That's awful.
Hi, Melanie. So fun to have you.
Hello, everyone. Hi,
We're
Melanie.
using dragonflies, too.
What's that?
Oh, she mentioned she just has dragonflies. And I said,
well, that works, too.
Yeah, that we're both.
You can use all of the same kind of bead if you want to. I mean, it's up to you guys. Whatever. You know, this is yours. Make it your own. So now this is crimped. And now we're going to start by making our little charms. Okay, so I have some head pins here. These are not the best. This is all I have. Again, I'm going to stock up when I go. But we're just going to make little dangles. We need to make 5 dangles here. You can't see my tray. We need to make 5 dangles. Let me put this here. I have it close today so you can see well, and it just sort of, everything pops out of frame easily. So I'm just going to take a head pin. If you have ball head pins or if you just want to do it with wire. Oh, good. She has lots of beads there, Melanie does. So you'll be able to make a really pretty one. I need wire for this one, guys. Just give me 1 second. I forgot I needed my wire because it's side drilled. I have it over here. So I am going to take a piece of wire from my side drill flower. So this will show you what you need to do if you do have a side drill, which I really prefer when they have a through and through on the flowers, like this one does. But sometimes we don't get that lucky. So I'm taking a little piece of 20 gauge wire here. And this is just an aside in case you run into this. And I'm going to cross them over top of my flower, just like so. Give it a little bit of space because I want it to be able to move a little bit and have the ability to do that. So I'm just going to take then my tweezer pliers and I'm going to bend the wire in the front horizontally and the wire in the back vertically. Oops. So now you can see we can go ahead and grab that with our pliers and then give it a wrap. So this is basically a technique to wrap a briolet as well. Okay. So briolets are side drilled. So this is the same technique you would use for that. Okay. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of wire because I like that look above. So there's our little flower. I'm going to straighten this wire out here. So it looks really nice. And I'm going to trim this one behind. Ooh, I just poked myself.
Well, that's not good.
No, but I have a Band-Aid handy because I've learned my lesson with beading. If I need it, it's right here. So I injure myself sometimes. That's just how it goes.
We all do, honey.
When we work with especially wire and sharp things. Oh, I am going to have to get a Band-Aid. Bear with me. Ooh. Plug your ears as well, apparently. Sorry about that, guys.
You're good.
And it's a pretty Band-Aid, as you might guess.
Only the best.
I don't know about that, but...
Oh, you know what I mean.
I like to have cute things, but... All right, so this is what we're looking at. So, bear with me. All right, so getting back, And what I did is I took my tweezer pliers and I just pushed the piece of wire down on the back just to make sure that I have everything nice and taut there. And then I'm just going to make a wrap loop. And I'm going to do that by taking my tweezer pliers. Okay. And I'm going to bend that horizontally with a little bit of room there. All right. And then I'm going to take my cutters. Oh, not my cutters. We're not doing a simple loop. We're doing a wrap loop. And then just take my round nose pliers in there, just like so, and bring that up and over. And I'm going to turn my pliers horizontally and then go across. Okay. And I'm going to grab that loop with my plier, and then I'm going to wrap that wire down till it meets the other wire that we have there. If you want it really bulky and you want to really make if the wire fuller looking, you can just wrap down over top of what you wrapped and go as far as you want with it. But we're going to leave it at that for today. So this is our one dangle that we made. Okay, so there's one down, and we need to make 5, and then the other one will be our charm. Okay, so let's make another one. I kind of have this other stuff out of frame so everything can kind of focus on what I'm doing. So, all right, there's a little check flower. We're going to do that. And we can just do simple loops on these. Just take your plier above, bend horizontally. You're going to cut about 1/4 of an inch. And then this is what we have right now. Okay. And then we're just going to grab it with our round nose pliers and we're going to roll that back. And that's going to make us a nice little loop there. Get it forward here. And don't mind my cheap head pins here. It's just what we're working with today. Till I get my stash built back up. I need to try making my own head pins. I want to try copper with the round ends and then other materials with the messy swirl end. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, I like doing the swirl end. That's like one of my favorites to do with wire. Okay, so then we're going to just take this little, this is going to be our third one. Really pretty, some check fire polish there. And again, we're going to do simple loop. We're just going to give it a horizontal bend. And these are basic techniques, guys, but it doesn't hurt to practice your basic techniques. Because I know for myself, I never did wrap loops before simple loops before. I was always a wrap loop person. And then there was a project I needed to do. This was a while back. And I didn't remember how to do wrap loops because I hadn't done them in so long. So stay in practice.
Yeah, it does happen.
Mm-hmm. Our brain can only take so much. So,
exactly.
At least mine.
Aw.
So, all right. So we're just going to put a simple piece of fire polish on there. Simple but beautiful. Band-Aid. Leave it to me to get my finger poked.
Aww.
And then we're just going to roll that back. How's everyone doing on there? Well, that one broke. That's great. There's that quality. Yeah, these head pins are pretty nasty. Try that again. Everyone making progress, doing okay? How about you, Amber?
I'm making progress.
Hey, good.
We're getting there.
Good. It's looking pretty from what I can see.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to take apart another piece.
Oh, gotcha. Well, this is
some vintage stuff I got at the thrift store that has some pretty beads on it that I can make as the dingle dangles.
Okay. Well, I'm having trouble with the wrap loop or with the simple loop on these pins, so I'm just going to do a wrap loop, see if it'll take that. I cannot wait to get some quality materials again. I'm like, I buy bulk when I go there usually.
Oh yeah,
Like jump rings and head pins and of course
that's the way to
beads.
do it. Yeah.
You know, I have my list already started.
Nice.
Because Lord knows I go through findings very quickly.
Yes.
When you make so much stuff every day, it just. And I'm just pushing that end in, guys. Trying to get it kind of stay in place. All right. So we have that one. And then we just have one more, this little baby guy, this little check glass square. This is going to represent our little tiny 3mm fire polish on this side. Okay. So we'll just get that one done. Yeah, it doesn't hurt, Terry, to stay in practice. Yeah, that's how my one friend was. She always did simple loops. And then when she wanted to do a wrap loop, she's like, "Can you show me how to make a wrap loop again?"
Yes, Terry, I do. I have a whole jewelry box of
Yeah,
stuff.
we were at a thrift store, and this was a few days ago, or no, a couple weeks ago, I guess. Yeah, it all runs together. But I was like 2 seconds late to get this huge box of beads.
Oh
This
no.
lady picked it up, and I'm like, oh.
Oh,
Of course, I looked
yeah.
through to see if there was any more, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
Bummer.
That stinks.
I was complaining about that on the way home.
I'm sure.
Dang it. I'm happy for her, but I'm sad for me, because I need so many. I need so many more, All right, so we have our dangles that we're going to be using together here. And then we're going to take our chain. Now, if you have, once you make this piece, measure it. And then you're going to know. So this is about 3.5 inches with the loops and everything. Okay. Once you measure that, you're going to know what length you need to cut your chain. Now, my chain I have is about 3 inches. So I'm allotting for the jump rings here, and then the large jump ring I'm going to use, and the large lobster clasp that I'm going to use on the end. So what I did, this is a very fine chain, and the holes are little. So I took a small jump ring, and I did this ahead because it was quite a fiddle. But hopefully yours will have larger holes. But I really wanted to use this chain, so I put a tiny little jump ring through the holes of the chain and then added my other jump ring on the end. Now, these loops make a nice place to hang your dangles, and then also this larger one that you're going to link into. All right, so cut your chain according to the length of your beaded piece. And you're going to need 3 pieces and then hook jump rings on either end. Okay. So once you do that, this is going to be over soon, I guess. We can make another one. I have my purple. But once you do that, then this is where you're going to hook your jump rings into your piece. All right, so here's my piece. It's facing this way, and I want my chain. I got to decide, do I want it going down or up? And I think up. My arrows, okay, my little arrows or whatever those are. And I'm going to open my jump ring that I have here, and I'm going to hook that into the bottom of my piece. And close that. Make sure you close your jump rings nice and snug, guys. All right. So there's that. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to take this small jump ring, or this jump ring that's on the other end of our chain, excuse me, and we're going to add a larger jump ring. And it's, again, guys, whatever you have on hand, size-wise, whatever you think looks good. That's what I did. I just picked up. These ones are so hard to see where they open because they have, like, do you see the ridges on them? So
Yeah.
my eyes are not getting any better the older I get, so.
I know. I just got new glasses.
There it is.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Okay. It's tricky. They're tricky. So I'm just going to hook that through the end jump ring that I have on my chain. And I'm going to close that. Okay. And then on the other end, we're going to add our lobster claw. Now this is a bigger lobster claw, but it's all in, again, your choice, your piece. If it's a smaller lobster class, that's what you use. So I'm going to just take my jump ring and hook it into the top of my piece. And I'm going to put on my clasp. Okay, it works. All right, so now we have everything is put together. So now comes when we want to hang our dangles that we made. So you can see I have some hanging on the larger jump ring and then some hanging on the jump ring that's at the end of the check class. You put them wherever you want, but I just thought that was a nice place to put them. Okay, so basically all I do is I open my jump ring back up on whatever side I want them to be on. So I'm going to open it this way. And this one is going to have, let's see, our little tiny that we made. And the flower goes there with that. And one of this drop flower that we wrapped like a briolette. And what else is left over there? A flower and this little piece of fire polish. Okay. Again, all you guys. So close that up. I do too. I like the bigger clasp too, Terry. But you can see how cute that looks on there. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to keep this one too.
Can you show your clasp again?
Yes, this is my clasp.
Oh, it is a big one.
It is, but it's not giant. Let me get my caliper. I'll let you know, and that'll give you a better idea on what we're doing here. All right, so let's see. My clasp is with the loop and everything. Just opened up a little bit more. That looks to be about 12, but we'll double check it here. Maybe not. Yeah. It's about 15 millimeters high, and I've got about a 8 millimeters wide. So that gives you an idea on the size of it. In proportion,
Right.
There you go. So now we're going to add our charms on this end. And again, we find our opening. That was a lot easier that time. And let's see, I have these hanging on that side. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing. I'm going to keep it on the same side. So I'm going to add our wraps that we did, our little dangles. And I'm going to add my flower and then my little dragonfly charm that I have that will go with my dragonfly bead. Okay. So close that up. And as quick as that, we have us a beautiful bracelet. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you guys if you want me to make another one, because I have the materials right here. We won't necessarily go through all of the steps verbally, but you can watch me make another one if you would like. It's up to you. If not, I'm not going to be hurt. But we have some time left. So this is our piece that we made today. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That is gorgeous, honey.
I know my cousin Tammy, when she sees this, she's going to go nuts. Because she loves this color and dragonflies. That is what I love about toggles. No need to hide them or any class, but toggles are so fun. That was great. I have some odd chain bits, and this is perfect. Could even use different types if the length is the same. Yep, absolutely. You could do that. I encourage it. I encourage you guys to do different things and make it your own. But I do ask, if you do make this piece or any pieces that we do on here, that you post them in our Queen Beaders group. We would appreciate that. We like to see what you guys are doing. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. If you want to see another one, I can certainly do that for the folks that came in a little bit late.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start?
Okay, let's do it. Now we
Yeah,
have
because Carrie Moore just mentioned that she missed most of it, so go for it.
Okay, let's do it. So those that came in late, and so people that are then watching the replay on YouTube, they will have 2 opportunities to see how these things are done. Exactly. So we're going to do this a little quicker, and I got to grab my head pins because I set them out. I've only set them on my other desk. So we need to grab those. I don't know if I have any decent ones in here we can use or not. We'll just get them out and see what we got. We might have to use different colors, but that's okay.
Well, you could make it out of wire if you have any.
I could most definitely do that. I'll do, you know what? We were talking about a knotted head pin. So let me go ahead and make you guys one so you can see. I'm going to cut the wire, and I'm going to grab my nylon jaws. I'll be back in just a moment.
No, I'm doing mine slightly different. I don't have the big jump rings.
I'm sorry, I missed that, honey. What
was
it?
I was just talking to them while you were looking.
Oh, okay.
I was just showing off what I had done. So I'm attaching it right to the soft flex. I didn't do the big jump rings, but I'm attaching.
Hey, you can do that. Yep, make it your own, babe. That is so adorable. Good job.
So just simple, but dingle dangles on the soft flex instead of.
And if you don't want 3 dangles on each one, you do you. Now, Trisha, that is just silly. I'm here for inspiration and my to-do list growth. Make something, silly goose. Yay. Always a good idea to give credit to the designer, too. It's gorgeous. Know what I'm making. Great. To the designer? Are we giving credit to me or what?
Yeah, no. She's just saying if she posts it like, oh, I learned this on.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I confuse easily. Thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that. So we're doing a head pin here, guys. And this is one out of wire, and I'm going through it really fast. Sorry. I made 2 loops around on my wire. Okay. Oh, I need to come up to bigger, honey.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for the reminder.
So I rolled 2 loops, so it's the height there. And then I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to bend this wire vertically. So it almost looks like a little golf club or something. Okay? You see what I'm saying? And then we're going to bend this wire around gently so we don't kink or ruin the wire. And I'm going to grab the end with my chain nose pliers, push it down a little ways. And this is the important part, guys. Make sure you grab with your nylon jaw pliers on the wire. You can pull with your chain nose, and you're going to pull the other way with your nylon jaw pliers. And what that's going to do is it's going to get this to go down and flatten into a knot, but also it's not marring your wire, okay? So that's how you would do one of the little knotted head pins. If it'll focus here for us, let me put that. Okay, simple. This is 20 gauge, honey, but if you carry, this is 20 gauge, but you could use 22, you could use 18. It just depends on you and, you know, your experience with wire and how much your fingers can take. So I'm going to do our little dangles here first, because that's what's going to take us a little bit of time. So let's get those out of the way quickly. And I'm just going to do some wrap loops with our little head pin. And we're just going to wrap down like we did before. Trim. And push in the end. Okay, and then we have our little flower charm I'm going to use. So that's ready to go. And then we're going to take a gold head pin, and we're going to put one of our beautiful fire polish. These is stunning purple and pink 4mm fire polish. I hope this will focus. Oh, come on. It's so pretty.
Oh, it just did.
There. Can you see that? Those are from Joel's, guys. So I had to have them.
Harry, we have old lady hands too. Well,
oh, yeah.
So
I'm getting there for sure. All right. So I'm just going to do those stunning pieces of fire polish on there. You okay?
Oh, yeah. Just dropped everything.
Wrap loop. Throwing things. Trim. Yeah, I'm always a proponent for a fire polish in any way, shape, or form. So there's 3, and then we're going to have our little flower. I think I can take this off now. I'm pretty sure. Yes,
I can't see what you're at, honey.
Sorry, I was taking my Band-Aid off.
And
so I'm just going to take my little flower and do a wrap loop with that. All right. And trim. And almost there. A couple more quick ones. Let's see if I can get my head pin through there. I can't wait to see the variations that we're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
From everyone. You know, I really need to put these bracelets up for sale, but you do know that I'm keeping them, right?
Yeah, I hear you, honey.
Although I need the money, it's all about looking good, right?
Gotta be the bomb.
Thebomb.com.
Because you the bomb diggity.
Something. All right, so Got that. I'm going to push this down so nobody gets caught. And then our last little tiny piece of fire polish. You can whip these up pretty quick, guys, once you get the hang of it. And you know what's what and where you want to put things. You could also, if you don't want to do wrap loops or simple loops, you could use your, the one-step looper. And you could do your dangles on that as well. That would make things easy.
Oh, yeah. And that would make your... Carrie's asking, how does the wire knot stay close to the bottom of the bead?
How does the wire knot stay? Okay, let me see this. How does the wire knot stay close to the bottom of the bead? Well, because you wrap it down so it is pressed against it. You can also, if it's a looser knot, you can go in with your pliers and you can tighten it up just like that around. And then I have also taken my pliers and applied some pressure to the knot on the bottom just slightly, just to kind of get it nice and tight on there. But as I did my wrap loop, I made sure that it was close enough so everything stays nice and tight. I hope that's what you mean. That makes sense. I don't know. All right, so we have our little charms. Let's put these up here till we're ready for them. And we can put our head pins off to the side. Now comes the fun part. So again, what I did with my chain this time is I already had put my jump rings on for simplicity for you guys. So that's easy. And I cut my chain. I feel like I'm missing a bead. 3, 4, 5. Yes, I am. I cut my chain so that when I'm done with the length of the bracelet, there it is. It was hiding. It'll fit my wrist. So I have like a 7-inch wrist. So between the loops, the beads, the chain, and the clasp, I want everything to be around 7 1/4 or 7 1/2. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that made sense, Carrie. All right. So we're just going to, again, take our beading wire, leave it on the spool. And we're going to get our little spacers out here. Lord knows we won't need that many, but and we can, and see, guys, like this, I pulled in a little check glass butterfly. Okay.
Ooh.
So do you, I have a lot of flowers in this one, and that's okay. I just want to make sure I have them. Yes, I do. Okay. So we're just going to string. This is the easy part. Okay.
You're almost done a second one that took me that whole time to put it on.
Well, I've had practice. This is my third one, honey.
Well,
once you get to your next one, you'll be fast too.
No, I meant I was having trouble with the clasp.
Putting it on. Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's just funny because.
Oh, this is going to be pretty. I don't know. I'm kind of addicted to these bracelets now.
It's going to be like the goddess bracelets. You'll make a whole bunch.
I make like 30 of them, Yep. Okay, so I'm just going to put these that I haven't used back in, and then we're going to get some crimps. Okay, and so we're just going to crimp the one end quickly. And we're still on the roll here, guys. And just put our wire up through, and then bend it around and put it back through our crimp to make a loop. Okay, we're just going to make a little loop on the end and crimp it. Okay. And then bend it because I like mine smaller. And trim. That wire up there. I trim my wire right up to my crimps. That's me personally because I don't like little wires coming out from the beads and poking people. And there's really no reason to run more wire back through because it's doing nothing. If your crimp is crimped correctly, you're not going to have to worry about it. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm cutting off the strand or off of the roll and crimping this. And again, make sure you don't bear down too tight when you crimp on the second part because you don't want your beads to have an odd look to them. And if things are too tight and are crammed in there, it's not going to look right. Everything just doesn't look as natural. So I'm going to take my round nose into my loop, just like I always do, and I'm going to give this a pull. This is tight now, but I don't want it that tight, so I'm going to take my finger now, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of breathing room. Just make sure everything's where I need it. Yep. From that end. Now, come on, don't fight me. There we go. All right, now we're just going to attach everything together. Simple, simple. So on the bottom half, I love that iridescent side of that butterfly. Mm-hmm. We're going to open up our jump ring. Get it to move around here so I can get to the end. There it is. Grab my pliers. I keep laying them in weird places.
I do that too.
So we're going to hook that in the bottom. And then on this loop, we're going to hook our larger, loop that is going to be what our lobster claw goes into when we clasp our bracelet. Then we're going to take a jump ring and we're going to open it up. And you can see I'm using my crimpers. I use the end sometimes just as pliers. They work great for that. And we're just going to hook on our lobster claw.
Very pretty, honey.
Thank you. My 3 favorite colors, pink, turquoise, and purple. All right, and then we're just going to add our little dingle dangles. as Meredith always says, dingle dangles.
We like our dingle dangles.
Ooh. Let's put those on. And, oh, nope, that one goes on here.
Who all's beading along with us, or what projects are you working on?
Okay. And then we're going up to this one.
They match your nails today.
Oh my goodness, it does. And just add these 3 on.
Mine matches my nails.
Nice. Color coordination is always awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. That's our purple bracelet with some gorgeous chain as well.
Yeah.
Again, if you guys are looking for the chain, you're going to want to visit my Linktree and go to Jesse James Beads and check out all of their gorgeous chain. If you want to get these beautiful fire polish that I have on here, you're going to want to visit my Linktree and click on Jewel Loom.
And then the check glass, are they just from
the one, honey? The check glass is from vendors that I have, different vendors. Yeah, it's not from anyone in particular. But you A lot of us have a little bit of
Oh,
chocolate
yeah.
stash, and you wouldn't even have to use flowers or shapes. You could use just beads,
Yeah.
chocolate beads, or any kind of bead.
There's all kinds of ways you could do this bracelet.
Kinds. Yeah. So there's our purple one we just finished. I'm going to move this up just slightly, guys, so you can see them all.
You used a different chain for each of them. Very nice.
I did. Yeah, this is a beautiful enamel chain. This is our leaf chain from Jesse James Beads. And then this beautiful crystal. Oh my gosh, guys. My 4th wire knot, they look like a mess, but getting better. Hey, just keep practicing. That's what we all had to do, honey, to get to be, better. You just have to keep practicing.
I'm not good at it either, Carrie. So.
Well, and you will be if you practice, because Amber, we all know Amber's super talented, but we all are in our own way. We have a very talented group here. So here is our bracelets. Finished, and I'm in love. So I'm going to turn my camera around so we can
say our goodbyes.
Say our goodbyes. Yes. And that was fast.
You got 2 done. Here's mine.
Oh, so pretty. See, that's your style. You made yours your style.
Yes.
More simple, a little bit just boho-y. That's Amber's style. Mine's like crystals and pink and but that's what makes the world go round. Sorry, guys, my throat is going on me. Oh, I'm glad you love them. I'm glad you love them, Carrie. And as I said, guys, make sure you visit our Queen Beaders group. Head over if you have not joined. It's on Facebook. It's a great little group. We like to share things that we've made. We like to share videos, instructional videos, things like that to help you out. When I do think about it, I like to share the other folks that go live during the week as well. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Caroline. Lynn, 9. I'm so dumb. What is wrong?
Sorry, we love you.
Is it Caroline? I'm sorry. Could you clarify again? And I promise I'll remember this time. It's line, right? Caroline.
I think so.
Because it ends in line, I would think.
Right. I'm what just it looks
dumb.
like.
I'm just being dumb.
And the E's supposed to make the I say its name, but
yeah, it's a beautiful name. And I don't want to butcher it. So, yeah, guys. So I'm so glad that you joined me today and Amber. And we love seeing you. Now, next week, is it you, Amber, or me? Anyway, we'll be here.
Well, wait. Yeah, we'll have to look at the calendar. Trish is going to be back with us, so we'll be doing every other again, but I can't remember.
The 26th will be. Now, I won't be doing, neither of us will do the 2nd. We won't be here the 2nd, guys. So keep that in mind that we're going to be taking a break on the 2nd, but we're going to try to post a video anyway. That's going to go live
in the next couple days. So. And create our new schedule for us.
Yeah. So lovely. Thank you. Hi, what's the best way to sell handmade bracelets? Mini? That's a hard one.
It really depends. Yeah.
You could get into social media is big. We all know that. So, your best way is to, if you're not selling on Facebook, post your items on there. Instagram, just post them everywhere you can put them. And normally I don't put a price. I just put the item and show it. And then if somebody's interested, they message me or come to me. That's me personally. But if you can go in and have a Facebook store and set it up that way with price and everything.
You can do an Instagram store.
You can do an Instagram store.
TikTok.
TikTok stores. And also, like, Amber has her stuff in a little shop.
Yes, so, you can do eBay. Yeah. If you know how to do eBay. eBay is a beast in itself, and so is Etsy. And
and I'm on Etsy, but I am trying to transform my Etsy store over to more of a beading and finding store for my fellows beaders here. Thinking about possibly putting my items on eBay, creating an eBay store, because you can just have buy it now on eBay.
Yep.
Which works as well. So
yeah, I've seen people sell on Poshmark, on Facebook, on
Mercari,
Instagram.
yeah.
There's all kinds of. Michael's has their own place, so really,
Amazon
honestly,
does handmade.
Yep, you just have to go through each of them and see what would work best for you.
Yes, that's exactly right, Amber.
They all have their own learning curves. They're all very different in how you present it. But you have to be present. You have to be posting. You have to be
consistent.
Consistently.
Right. Yep, you could do that.
True, Terry.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly, Terry. Yep.
So go ahead. Ask that question again in our Facebook group, in Queen Beaders Facebook group, or ask around in the beading realm, and everybody.
And you could always message Amber and I on Facebook. We're happy to help in any way, shape, or form with our beader friends. And Minnie, if I don't know that you're a member, but if you are not, our Linktree is there, and you can click on the Queen Beaders Facebook group and head over and join that. And that's gonna be a place to learn and share. And we have a lot of good people in there that like to share and help. So
there's Trish's Linktree. But
yes.
That's a big question, Minnie, and not able to answer it in a minute.
Yeah.
Each has their pros and cons. So
absolutely, guys. So if no one has any more questions, we're going to go ahead and sign off. And I'm going to get deciding what I'm going to make for dinner and let my puppies out. Also, can I mention great bead extravaganza? I know we are part, but a great bunch of other makers. Absolutely. I am actually a member, and I think Amber is as well, of the Facebook of the Great Bead Extravaganza.
Makers on it.
Yeah. I mean, we just we support everyone. I mean, there's tons of good businesses out there. There's tons of come here, Bob.
If you see a great video or something, we do post up questions, but feel free to share it in the group. If it's something that can't be shared, we'll let you know. But as long, most of the time, if it's someone just making, by all means. If it's somebody selling, we'd prefer you didn't do that.
And Terry is saying the Great Bead Extravaganza is this weekend. Wonderful makers on there, guys. Wonderful. Yes. We have Neelay Patel. We have Soft Flex. Usually Jesse James pops in. A bunch of different Humble Beads, I believe. Candy Cooper. So go there. Learn what you can. Absolutely. And it's this weekend. Woo-woo. All right, guys. Never met nicer folks than those in the maker community. Absolutely, Terry. Absolutely.
Everybody is wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys would like, we can always try to do a live trying to help educate on
we could
industry do that. And different things that we've learned. Not that we know it all for sure, but we could certainly do that. Hi, Clint. You missed it. Watch the replay, bud. We made a really cool bracelet. So check out our replay. We're getting ready to sign off. And as
great to see you guys.
This back here is becoming a large dog. For those that are keeping track. All right, guys. Love ya, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Have a great